what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode, I want to show you exactly what was going on in those packages I picked up in episode 21. You know, if you didn't know, you looked at it and you said, oh, it's just a box full of bees. But there's a little bit more going on in those boxes than what you may realize. So I want to show you exactly how the bees come if you're a first-time beekeeper or you was just wondering. I don't know. I'm going to actually show you how everything works out. All right, so let me set it up and I'll get back to you in a second. So here you go. This is an empty package. All the bees have been housed already. They're in the hive. But this is what's actually going on the inside of that. I know you didn't see it in episode 21 because there were so many bees on the outside. But this is what's going on the inside. You have a can that's filled with syrup. It's got like a couple of holes on the bottom of it. This way it feeds the bees through the transporting process. And the other little cage on the inside there is basically the queen cage. That's where the queen is. So, you know, you may have thought that the queen was in that big mass of bees, but she's not. She's actually in there. So when you get this to your location or where you're going to keep your bees, you wind up popping the top and you actually pull out the queen cage, right? So the queen will be in there with a couple of attendants. It's to be a new queen, so she's not really familiar with the rest of the bees that are in here. So they're basically getting acclimated to her with her pheromones. That's why she's in the cage. So it's sort of like introducing her slowly to all these other bees, because these other bees that were in here come from all different other hives. They wind up going and shaking the bees into this particular package, and then they put a new queen in there. So if you take that queen and you just let her run in there freely, those bees would kill the new queen. So this way, in order for that not to happen, they put her in this particular cage. So what you'll do is we take this out, right? Take this cage out. We pull the top off, right? And usually there's like candy on the top. This way it's a slow release of the queen, because once we put all these other bees into the hive, they'll actually eat the queen out. Eat the queen out. It's a slow release, and as they gradually get used to her pheromones, that's why we do it. Once you put this in the hive, take this off, you put this in between the two frames. Now you go in and you gotta release all the bees. So you go in here and you take out this can, right? And by this time you'll have bees coming out. There'll be bees on here. Shake off the bees, and then you bring this over to the hive and you dump all the bees into the hive. I don't particularly do that method. I was never a big fan of it. Be shaken, you know, violently into or vigorously into a hive. I was never a big fan of that. I usually place this in a box, a regular hive box, empty hive box on the bottom. I put my frames on top of that on another box. And with the queen cage being in that box, what will happen is slowly but surely, the bees will come out and work their way up to the queen. So, and after a day or so, I'll go back to that particular hive, take the bottom box out and take this off, and bam, there you go. Like I said, I was never a big fan of shaking bees in a box. I don't know, just thought it was rude, you know? It was rude.